So there's this request that I've, I guess, always gotten for a long time, but recently it's just really freaking bothered me, and it's insane. And then as I dove deeper, I realized why it started bothering me. So here's the thing. Imagine this scenario. Like, it's like me and somebody were in the car and we're like getting ready to go somewhere, right? Like, we're in the car, we get there. When we get out of the car, they decide to grab their umbrella and they're like, don't let me forget this. It like seems like harmless or whatever, right? It's like, okay, whatever. Or it's like, oh, they go to, we're going out to lunch or whatever, and they put their purse down. It's like, oh, don't let me forget my purse or whatever. And like, I used to really not think much of it because, to be honest, I was used to it. Like, people used to say shit like that to me all the time. And so I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever, I got you, I got you. Like, I honestly back then kind of like position myself as like the mom of the group. Like, I'm always paying attention, I'm always making sure everything's good, like I'm always looking back when we're leaving, like I'm doing that. So I kind of put myself in that position, which made other people feel like that too, right? But I didn't think of it in a bad way. It's not that I think of it in a bad way now, but I didn't think of it in a bad way at that time. So I was like, okay, whatever. So as I'm on like my growth and healing journey and like doing inner work and understanding myself, I was starting to realize that I had a huge issue with people pleasing and being like superwoman and trying to save everybody and being everything to everyone, right? And when you do that, especially as a woman, you get burnt out so fucking fast because like you're not supposed to do that. I know that as women, we all have like that motherly nature. So it's like, especially over our kids or even our pets and or even like our loved ones will just naturally be like that. But when it gets to the point to where you're doing that to other fully able grown adults all the time and they're fully relying on you, and then when you're not being there for them, whatever, it just turns into a mess, right? And so as I'm like getting older and like doing a lot of inner work and realizing this, I was just like, I don't want to have to be responsible for everybody and everybody's shit and everybody all the time. Like, why does it have to be like that? And also when you're in that position that you feel like because you're like, you always got it and you always have everything going on, everybody thinks that about you too. So they're like, oh, well, she doesn't need help. She's got it. Like, she doesn't need help. Like, and then you feel like you can't even ask people for help about things or like support or whatever because of the dynamic that's been created, right? So yeah, it was just so eye-opening as that question would be asked me more and more. It's not that I would get offended, I would just get annoyed. Like, no, like, pay attention to your own stuff. Like, it's not my responsibility. Like, your belongings are not my responsibility. Like, I'm not taking on that responsibility anymore. And the thing is, like, even beyond just like what we're societally taught as a woman, and then another level if you have like been taught to be a people pleaser, and then another level, I grew up in a family of, I'm the oldest daughter, right? My mom's an oldest daughter. Her mom's an oldest daughter. Her mom's an oldest daughter. It's like a long line of eldest daughters, right? And like eldest daughter syndrome, if that's what it is. It's like, you're always like, you got it. You got to make sure everything's good. Everyone's good. This and that, especially from the Caribbean culture that I came from. It's just ridiculous, honestly. And I've unlearned so much of that. And so I'm just like, and I've unlearned the whole savior complexes that bleeds out into all aspects of your life, especially romantic relationships. And if you're in a relationship with a man and you're trying to save him and like all this stuff, and like he's not even pulling his own weight or doing anything, it's not going to work. I always say, oh my gosh, I always use this example. So if I'm on a ladder, right, physically, we're going to talk physically first. I'm on a ladder and I'm at the top of the ladder. I'm holding on to somebody and I'm trying to pull them up the ladder, but they're not even climbing up the ladder. They're not even trying, they're just hanging there, and I'm holding the ladder. I physically cannot pull them up. Like, it's really hard for me to pull them up. And then 9 times out of 10, if they're at the bottom of the ladder and I'm at the top and I'm like holding on to them, they can easily pull me down because they're not putting in their weight. It's not working. And it happens on emotional level, mental level, everything. Like, I cannot help somebody and pull somebody up who doesn't want to help themselves. And when you put yourself in the position of being the savior and having a savior complex, that's all you're fucking doing. And you're wasting your time because people don't want to help themselves. If they don't want to help themselves, you're damn sure not going to help them. That's just how it goes. So that was just a huge learning experience for me, and realizing that a lot of my friendships and my relationships that was the foundation of it. And then I felt like I was just going in a loop and a cycle with a lot of people that I was around. And then it got to the point where I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be, it's not that I didn't want to be anything for anyone. I didn't want to be everything to everyone. I'm not your therapist. I'm not your mom. I'm not your this. I'm not your that. I'm me. I'm me. Like, we need a reciprocal relationship. I'm not just giving, 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 and you're taking, taking, taking. Like, that's not fair. That's not fair to me or to that. It's just not fair. You know what I mean? So yeah, when you're everything to everybody and you're just putting out all your energy, all your effort, people pleasing, this and that, at the foundation of that, I feel like what I've realized about myself at the foundation of that and the basis of that is you feel like if you are not everything to everyone, then you're not worthy of love. That you're not deserving of love and affection and attention. And I know it seems so like, oh my gosh, like, of course you are. Like, of course I'm deserving of love, this and that. But when you're taught from such a young age and conditioned from such a young age to do for everybody, and if not, then like they're not going to love you, or they're not going to stay, or they're not going to be around, like that literally becomes a part of your identity. So it all actually comes back to self-love and learning to love yourself and appreciate yourself and realizing you are worthy of love. You are deserving of love. You're deserving of the best. Hello, we all are. We are literally born worthy. You don't have to literally bend over backwards and do all this stuff just for somebody to love you, just for somebody to show you attention and affection and not leave. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do that shit. And a lot of us are stuck in that paradigm simply because of that. Luckily, I have broken out of that pattern and I am a recovered people pleaser, which I don't please anybody. I'm not like in a mean way, you know what I mean? But like, I do not neglect my wants and my needs and my time and my energy and drop everything just to appease to any and everybody like when they need it. No, I don't do that, because if I don't pour into myself and take care of myself and put myself first, I can't even be help to anybody who I do want to help, who I do want to pour into, who I do want to give to, who I do need to raise, my pets, my dogs, my kids, my everything. Like, if I don't pour into me first, I'm not going to even have enough to give to anybody else. That's just what it is. So it all comes back to self-love, and all comes back to realizing that I have always been worthy and I will always be worthy. I don't need to do all that bullshit for love. We don't have to do any of that for love. That's just how it goes. So yeah, I don't get like super triggered about it anymore. It's still like eye roll when people are like, don't let me forget this. And I'll just simply be like, you got it. Like, you're more than capable of remembering your fucking umbrella. I don't say it like that, but it's like, come on, like, you're more than capable. But it's also like, I can't get mad at that, because it's like that old identity that I created for myself that's kind of like, you know, I'm like weaning off and like shaking off, like, get off of me. That's not me anymore. So yeah, loving myself, becoming more confident, becoming more empowered, and seeing myself in a higher light has really helped me to stop being everything to everybody, to stop trying to save everybody, to stop making everybody else's bullshit and problems and drama and issues my responsibility. It's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility. I actually literally have an alarm in my phone that goes off every single day that I set like 2-3 years ago when I like came to this realization that says they're not my responsibility. And even though it goes off every day at the same time, I forget about it. And it always happens to go off at a time where it's like I'm like mentally or whatever in like some situation where it's realizing like, oh yeah, the alarm goes off, but it's like, oh yeah, they're not my responsibility. Close, that's it. Like, it like snaps my brain back and it's like, they're not my responsibility. They're not my responsibility. Their shit is not my responsibility. We are all more than capable. We are all fully capable of taking care of ourselves and putting ourselves out there and doing things for ourselves and remembering things for ourselves. Like, it's not my responsibility to take care of everybody around me. It's not your responsibility to take care of everyone around you. It's not. And the more that we all pour into and love on and build up and take care of ourselves, like individually, and then we come together, it's like we're all growing together and like thriving together, rather than like an uneven balance in a relationship and I'm trying to pull you up the ladder and you're just hanging there like, no. So over that. I'm so over that. With all of that said, my empowered self-concept course is exactly everything I did to get to this empowered state. This empowered state of feeling confident and loving and worthy and abundant in nature of love, of affection, of attention, and not feeling like I need to literally do everything and be everything to everyone for that. I learned how to love myself from the inside out, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and physically. I changed the way that I was eating. I changed the way that I was thinking. I changed the way that I was speaking about myself. I changed the way that I was being, and doing all of that changed my essence. It elevated myself. It literally made me feel more empowered. And when you feel more empowered about yourself and you love yourself and you feel more confident, you're literally not going to let people walk all over you. You're not going to do it. You're not going to let people drag you through the mud. You're not going to let people overstep your boundaries and disrespect you and make you feel like you have to do all these things for them or else they're not going to love you. You're just not going to be in those positions anymore. You're not at all, because you're empowered, because you love yourself, because you feel confident. And when you feel like that, There, and you're elevating here. Now you're vibrating at this level. You meet people at this level. Anybody that you've had to set boundaries with before and they get mad at you, those are people you needed to set boundaries with. Those are the people that were taking advantage of you and benefited from you having a lack of boundaries. They benefited from you being a people pleaser and dropping everything for yourself to appease to them. You don't need to be around people like that. And the more empowered you feel, the more you love yourself, the more confident you feel, you won't even be in relationships like that anymore. You'll be up here. Those type of relationships are down here. It's not even a match. It's not a match at all because you're literally empowered. That's how it goes. So I'll link that below in the description, my Empowered Self-Concept course. And I just want you to remember this. You do not have to be everything to everybody. It is not your responsibility. You're not Superwoman or Superman. You're not any of that things. You're you. And your responsibility is yourself. And then, if you have kids and like someone you have to take care of that like they're depending on you, of course, obviously, like there's nuance to this, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about like relationships and friendships. You don't have to be everything to everybody. Not everything has to rely on you, and if you don't got it, then everyone's mad. It doesn't have to be like that at all. You don't have to people please for love. You're worthy of love. You've always been worthy of love. We will always be worthy of love. We were born worthy, and we will be worthy this entire time. That's just how it goes. All right, always remember that. I love you.